So this problem is called product of array self. So let me read the description of the problem. Given an integer array nums, return array answer such that answer I is equal to product of all elements of nums except nums I. So basically, excluding nums I, we'll take the uh, rest of the array and then do a product and see what the value is. The product of any prefix of sums of nums is generated is to fit a 32-bit integer. This itself should give you a clue that they have mentioned about something about suffix and prefix. So I think this is a very big clue. And then you must write an algorithm which runs in order and time without using the division operation. Okay. So why they have told without division operation is because I mean, how can we find the product of an array excluding a particular element? Is just finding the entire product of the array and then divide the element. Then you'll find the product of the array excluding the element. But there is always a risk. But they have explicitly mentioned that you should not do that, and then there is always a risk that you can divide by zero. In that case, what would do, right? So that will not always work in all cases. So how do we solve this problem? So let us look. It's basically using a prefix sum approach. So basically we'll have a prefix sum till here, right? And then sorry, prefix product, not here, prefix sum, but prefix product will have, right, till from left to right, okay? And then we'll have a prefix product from right to left. Yes, prefix product from right to left, which is this. Sorry, right to left, prefix product, right? And then basically what we do is that for this particular element I will take this value I minus 1 of this prefix product which is calculating from here, and then we'll take an I plus 1 value of this prefix product which is calculating from here. So that means it will give us this chunk and this chunk. If you multiply them together, then we'll find the product of the array excluding this ith element. So this is a very simple concept, and using this we can solve the problem. So let us now directly dive into the code and see how in the code we have handled this. So again, we take the nums array, which is the array which we need to process as input. We take we store the size of the nums array into a variable for easy processing later. We basically with the prefix array which uh, starts doing left onwards is taken as prefix. I mean, all the starts computing the products from left onwards is taken as prefix, and the prefix array or the suffix array which starts calculating products on the right hand end leftwards is taken as suffix, right? So let us see. Obviously, suffix of n minus 1 will be nums n minus 1, and prefix of 0 will be num 0. That's a very good initialization. And starting from I to num size, so the last valid index, this is the way we calculate the prefix product left to right, and then this is the suffix product which goes from right to left, obviously which will start from the second last element and go to the first element, obviously. And then we will basically initialize a result array which will store our result. Obviously result of 0 would be suffix 1, result of 0 will be suffix 1, because obviously if we want to exclude this element, what we need a product from here to here, right? So this is the right suffix 1 is the right value. And then if we want if you want this element result corresponding to this element, we have to take a product from here to here, which will be prefix n minus 1, prefix n minus 2, sorry. So just that, which is this. And then for any other index which is not the last and the first index, we'll basically take the prefix I minus 1 and suffix I plus 1 as I already mentioned, and that should be our result for that particular index, and then we return the result. So this is a very straightforward problem. If you get the intuition that you need this prefix and suffix product subarrays, the intuition can also you can also get from the problem statement. Then I think you can easily solve the problem, and you can see the code is not too large, so it's a easy medium problem, I would say. So I think I've been able to explain this problem well. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.